Hey folks, it's Mr. Golm. I thought I'd try to post a few sort of diary entries to walk you through the filmmaking process. Um, so this is the first entry, episode 1, short film diaries. I've got a few points to make to try to help you get on your way to creating your short film for the class. And yeah, so let me know what you think about the video, or if you have any questions as they come up. Go ahead and send me a message or type them in the comments below. All the links to the resources I'll talk about are going to be in the description below. So take a look. All right. So the first thing is when you start brainstorming your film, think about what you have to work with. Um, I know the picture I have here doesn't have anything to do with this. We'll talk about it later. But, there's lots of resources out there for you to use online as far as gathering footage. So I'm thinking, like, if you want to make your film bigger than what you have around you, you can use a website like archive.org, which has a bunch of archived public domain stock footage. Here's some examples. Maybe you want some pretty atmospheric shots for your film. You can take a look at that. Um, if you want to put an explosion into your film, they definitely have lots of that footage. Here's an example. But you could think of ways to use this website creatively. Sorry about the sizing here. I'll put links to it in the description, but basically there's tons of footage from all the way back in the 40s and 50s, color and black and white. And if you want like a cityscape or something to put your character into a city that you're not even in, like, you could do that with this. It takes some digging, but it could be kind of cool. So that's one thing to think of. I've been digging through there. I've kind of bookmarked a few sort of outer space kind of pieces of footage that might be useful for mine. Not sure what I'm doing yet. Also think about what you have around you. You have a close relationship with the space around you, and there's stuff around you that you can use that no one else has. So take a look at what you personally have around you in your home, and materials, props around the house, spaces that where you're at. We've developed this relationship with our surroundings because of our quarantine and our time apart. So maybe you could make a statement about that. Okay, let's move on to the next point I was going to make, brainstorming. So when you're working, my big tip for you is to write it down. Write down the ideas you've come up with. Give yourself time to think and try to make a process out of it. I'll link this article below. I thought this was pretty awesome. It had a great number of options and ideas. And I think it's really kind of affirming because you are bringing a lot in the process that no one else has. So you have a chance to really kind of communicate some of the ideas that are unique to you. So yeah, this is a good article to check out. I'm going to jump into one piece of the article that involves Dan Harmon's story structure. It's called the story circle. If you think about the structure of your film and its narrative, you might look at it in 8 steps. This is something that was popularized by the creator of Rick and Morty. But think of 8 parts to your story. I'll let you dig into this, but this is kind of a picture of it. If I was looking at my notes, I've been kind of jotting down, and if you were to make like 2 shots per piece of the circle, you'd have 16 shots total, which I feel like is a pretty decent number of shots if your film's going to be like 2 minutes long. Could be kind of complicated though. You could possibly simplify it further. I have a note here. If you set your story into 3 pieces: setup, point of no return, and resolution. There's 3 parts to the story. Put your character in an odd or unfamiliar situation, and then show us how they react or get out of the situation. So you're thinking about structure as you write is important. But like I said, writing it down I think is huge. You probably can't see this in the camera, but I've kind of grabbed a notepad and I've been jotting down some notes and ideas as I've thought of them. My storyboard is still completely blank. That's where I'm at right now. but I just wanted to show you that I think it's important to make this process physical. So do some writing. The next piece, I said, ask what if. If you're thinking of ideas for stories, simply think of a topic or idea you're familiar with and ask, well, what if? One idea I had for myself is I really spend a lot of time trying to perfect my coffee recipes and how I make coffee. Uh, so think, what if a very complicated coffee technique turned out to be a failure? How would I react to that? And just trying to be exaggerated about it, and it could become a funny story. That's just an example. Yeah, I think those are the pieces I had so far. Once you come up with an idea, start to explore what those shots would look like. And my suggestion is to do a storyboard. And maybe I'll talk about that in my next video as I start to build mine. But yeah, the video's been 6 minutes. So again, take a look at the link in the description for the different resources I've got for you. Feel free to leave a comment here or send me a message if you want some more support. All right, peace.